Hello everyone, I'm back with another video about digital literacy. Okay, so in the previous video we have discussed about platforms that you can use to do a digital literacy activity such as Literacy Cloud, Let's Read Asia, and also YouTube. And then in the second video I also have shared you about learning activity by implementing Literacy Cloud. So if you still remember, all of these platforms are mostly used for students in primary education. And then in this video it's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to share a learning activity that you can implement for students in secondary education, while also you can use to implement or to improve the students' digital literacy and preserving the local wisdom. Okay, so in this video we're going to use Recount text and also project-based learning. Before we move to the integration of Recount text and also project-based learning, let's make it clear first what is actually Recount text. So Recount text can refer to a text which is used to retell past experiences. So in here the students are required to write down their past experience. And then what is actually project-based learning? So I think that you have heard about project-based learning before. So project-based learning refers to an instructional design which is used to develop the students' skills, the students' knowledge by engaging project. So in project-based learning, the students are required to produce a product. It can be written and also it can be in form of video. And then in this case, because we are going to use Recount text, so the product that would be produced by the students would be a written text. Alright, so then how can we integrate these two aspects to preserve the local wisdom and implement in English language teaching context? So here are some tips that you can follow. Okay, so first, before you are asking your students to do a project, you have to make sure that your students really understand about the concept of learning material. For example, in here, because we are going to use a Recount text, so you have to make sure that students understand well about what is Recount text, what kind of language feature used in the Recount text, and also what is actually the purpose of Recount text. So you have to really make sure that your students understand about those concepts. And then you also need to have a clear instruction, so your students get or have a clear description in their minds how they should done the project. So for example, you clearly explain about what kind of written text do you want your students to write, and then the topic that the students can use, and then also the length of the written work, and etc. So learning material and also clear instructional learning activity you have. Okay, so after make sure that the students have a clear understandings about the learning material, so how can we integrate the local wisdom aspects in the learning activity? So in here we can ask the students to become aware about the environment, and also we can ask the students to join the events, local wisdom events around them. So especially in Bali we have a lot of local wisdom, so it's not only about the religion ceremony, but it also their experience, for example, in doing traditional games, or in wearing traditional clothes, or religion ceremony. That's even better. So we can ask the students to become aware about the environment and ask them to join the activity. So this kind of activity can introduce them, and also it can make them to become aware about the local wisdom that they have in Bali.
So as I mentioned before, one of the local wisdom aspects that can be used is religion ceremony. So as you can see, this is one example of religion ceremony which is called Magadong-Gadongan. Magadong-Gadongan is a religious ceremony when the baby is still in the womb. This event aims to cleanse and pray for the safety of the baby's body and also soul, so that one day he or she will become a useful person in society. So by asking students to make Recount text about their local wisdom experience, they will directly experience and also become aware about the local wisdom around them.
Okay, so the third tip, so after we are asking the students to join the local wisdom events or activity, and then we can ask the students to retell or to write down their experiences in Google Doc. So why Google Docs? So because I think that this is one of the go-to-choose platforms, because it already familiar with the students, and then by using a Google Doc, it also would be beneficial for us as a teachers, because we can monitor monitor the students' progress through Google Docs. So while they are working on their project or their recon text, we can ask the students to share the links of the Google Docs, and then we can monitor the students' writing there. Okay, so the last but not least is the important notes is you have to give a sufficient times to your students to make the project. So because remember, this is a project, so we cannot ask our students to finish it within 1 or 2 days. So you have to give a really sufficient times for your students so they can also work as optimal as possible. Okay, so that's all that I can share for today. I hope that this video can be beneficial, and also after watching this video you can get some sparks in how to incorporate the local wisdom aspects and also technology in your learning activity. And then yes, thank you for watching and see you in my next video.